9 tips to running faster without getting tired, even if you're a beginner. So, you ever go for a run and feel like your legs just turn to lead in just a few minutes in? Most runners think they're not built for endurance, but the truth is they're missing a few key habits. See, in this video, I'm going to break down 9 proven tips to help you run longer without getting tired, even if you're just getting started. So, if you're new to my page, my name is Dr. Ray Peralta. I'm a physical therapist and run coach, and I've been in the field helping runners get out of injury, get faster for the past 10 years now. So let's start with the tips. The first tip is making sure to warm up the proper way before you go for a run. So you want to do a dynamic warm up. So this is going to help get your body prepped. Because if you just try to go run cold, you're going to spend the first part of the run just trying to get your body like in the revved up to run. And then you're not going to feel as well if you just did a warm up. You spend 5 to 10 minutes before going on the run workout to warm up, right? Gets your muscles firing, gets you coordinated, gets the joints mobile, and slowly gets the engine up. Think of like a car. You're not going to just, if it's like a cold winter day, you're not going to just jump in the car and get it started. You have to get the car engine warmed up. Same like your body, especially if you've been sitting all day and your joints are all stiff and stuff. Doing a warm up can help, again, just get the body limber, but also even help prevent injuries as well. I know the research is missed on this, but I'm still a big proponent of doing dynamic warm-up, leg swings, lunges, different, you can look this up, but there's different types of warm-ups you can do, but essentially a dynamic active warm-up to get your body. Yes, you can even do jogging as part of the warm-up as well. Next tip, breathe smarter. See, breathing is very important for running as well, right? If you're just breathing through your mouth all the time, gasping for air, you're probably breathing too shallow or running too fast outside of your body's ability levels. So you want to focus on controlled breathing, right? In through the nose, out through the mouth. Some people even breathe in and out through the nose, called nasal breathing the entire time, but that requires some level of fitness that you might not be able to handle at the moment. So what we could do is focus on a belly breathing or diaphragmatic breathing, right? So as you're breathing, right, just gonna put this here, right? You could put a hand on the chest, one on the stomach. Slow diaphragmatic breathing. You could feel the diaphragm expand, your chest to be kind of quiet. And then, yes, as you're running, you feel some movement, but you still have movement from your diaphragm as well. And you can also sync your breaths. So you breathe in, 1, 2, 3. So 3, 2 breathing patterns. So for every inhale, 3 breaths. And then for every exhale, 2 breaths. So in, 1, 2. And then out, 1, 2, right? So 1, 2, 3. So you could count, breathe in, breathe out. So again, 3, 2, rhythmical breathing. So you're pairing your breath, you're kind of pacing your breath or syncing your breath with every, as you're running through the running cycle. So then, the right foot, left foot is kind of alternating between breathing in and breathing out to help you just be more rhythmical with your breathing, which should also help you pace your runs as well and make running more comfortable for you. So you're not getting tired so easily. Next tip, hydrate like it matters, right? So many people ignore hydration, they're dehydrated. So making sure that you're hydrated, because when you're dehydrated, it's going to sap your endurance before you even get to the run workout. So make sure you drink. It's going to vary depending on your body size. If you're a larger individual or small individual, fluids needs might matter, right? Men versus women, etc. But in general, you want to drink 3 to 4 liters of water per day. And yes, this come in different forms. It could, be in hydration, like coconut water, etc. But regardless, you want to get enough fluids so you're properly hydrated. And also, if you're drinking on a long run, don't chug the fluid on the run because that might cause like stomach cramps. Make sure you sip it throughout the hour, right? So every 15 or 20 minutes, you're sipping a fluid if you're going on a long run. If it's shorter run, like a mile or two, it doesn't matter that much. You're not going to be chugging water on a shorter run. You could do it before the run or after. But for long runs, it's important that you sip it. Fuel your body too. So this also leads to fueling. So you want to make sure you eat enough food. So many people, they eat junk food, they're not getting enough calories, right? Or they're getting junk calories, which is going to make them feel sluggish. Making sure you eat a whole foods diet. And you also want to make sure you're eating enough of the right macros, right? Carbs, protein, healthy fats, right? Because if you just only eat carbs, but ignore protein and fats, you're going to, you may crash because sometimes people eat like carbs that just spikes their blood sugar, like a bunch of candy and juices and stuff. No, you want to, fruits and vegetables, grains, lean proteins. And then, so if you skip meals, and in the opposite end of the spectrum, you get people who are trying to be super lean and they skip meals and they're underfueled. It makes it 10 times harder than you should be to go for a run, or increases your risk of injury because now your body doesn't have the building blocks to recover. So now you have an increased risk of injuries. Next, you just want to pace yourself. Oftentimes it's pretty easy, but it could be very hard for a beginner. So You just invest in on a watch, right? There's different types of sports watches. You don't have to get like the very expensive Apple Watch. You get standard, uh, more classical watch. Again, there's different types of watches on the market: Garmin, Coros, Apple, etc. You don't even have to get the newest editions, or you can get other brands. But essentially, you want to, hey, look at your time, look at your pace. So as you're running, many runners try to start out too fast, right? They just go really hard at the very beginning. Pace yourself, right? Have like an even pacing, or start slower in the beginning than you need to, and then as your body gets settled in, then you could kind of ramp it up towards the end of the run. Um, so you could pace yourself. You could use the watch as your beginner, and then as you get more used to running, you'll understand. You'll be more in touch with your body, able to pace yourself intuitively without having to like keep checking your watch every now and then. But in the very beginning, yes, use your watch to say, hey, are you staying in the right zones? Big fan of zone training, and this is where we can go into building your aerobic base with zone 2 training. See, so many runners, when they end up beginners, when they start running, they do all their runs at the threshold pace, not even realizing it, or in the zone 3 where they're training too hard. They think they're doing easy runs, but they're actually doing zone 3 running, which is considered junk miles, because you're actually not even doing it intentionally, and you got causing your legs to be tired. So what you want to do zone 2 training, which is usually about 60 to 70% of your max heart rate, and it's a conversational pace. You'll be able to hold a conversation with someone while you're running. And so the main reason a lot of runners get tired with their runs is because they don't have an aerobic base. They don't have that aerobic endurance. So it's your body's ability to use oxygen efficiently. And you build that with zone 2 training. So follow an 80-20 rule. 80% of your training should be at the low intensity zone 2 throughout the week. That means easy runs, run, walk, or even walking if you're a complete beginner. Sometimes you just walking could be zone 2 training for complete beginners. And walking is aerobic. So if you're out of shape, don't skip it, use it. And this is what we talk about walking. So if you can't even walk a 5K, right? So 5K, right? 3 miles. If you can't walk 3 miles briskly, you're probably out of shape, which is okay. We all start somewhere, but you want to be able to build up to the point that you could walk the 3 miles or 5K comfortably. It shouldn't feel exhausted. You shouldn't be exhausted after walking 5K. If you are, that means your body has to build up its aerobic engine, its aerobic base. So build up to the point that you could walk 5K comfortably. You could run, walk, of course. And then once you could run, walk, and it's very comfortable, then you could transition to continuous running if your body can tolerate it. But some people may have to spend a few months building up just their aerobic base with run, walk, or just pure walking. And don't neglect the power of walking. So it can be used on days when you don't run. So for example, you may run 3 days a week, but on other days, just walk to help build up your aerobic base. You want to be able to walk at least 30 minutes a day, 5 days a week, or you can even build it up to 60 minutes, 5 days a week, an hour walking. Again, walking is sometimes underrated, but could be a great exercise to also pair up nice with running, right? So then you don't have to do running all the time. You could walk. It's walking's low impact, running's high impact. This will also help kind of decrease your injury risk, right? Because if you're running all the time and your body's not used to it, you could also increase your injury risk. So walking's a good way to do low impact cardio while you build up your running endurance. Tip number 8, you also want to do strength training to help you run so you don't get tired so easily. So doing strength exercises, I like compound exercise, squats, lunges, deadlifts, and also working on core work. Strength training isn't just for gym rats. It's essential for runners as well, right? Stronger glutes, hamstrings, and core muscles make you more efficient and delay fatigue. And you only need like 2 days a week of smart strength training work to see a difference. You don't have to spend hours in the gym doing strength training. You can do a single set to muscle fatigue, about 8 to 12 repetition maximum. And again, doing a full body routine twice a week, it should be plenty. I'm making sure you're sleeping to recover, right? So so many people like, oh, why am I tired all the time? And they try to blame running or some sport, but oftentimes it's just they don't sleep enough, right? They're sleep deprived, running on 6 hours of sleep. No, very few people can get by with 6 hours of sleep. Unless you're like an outlier, most people need about 7 to 8 hours of sleep. And sleep is where the gains happen. So your body repairs its muscles, balances hormones, and replenishes energies while you sleep. If you're always tired doing your runs, it might have nothing to do with the workout itself, but the fact that you just need more rest. So make sure you're sleeping enough hours. And if you're sleep deprived, it might take you a few weeks for your body to catch up on that sleep deprivation. So you don't need just superpowers to run without getting tired. You just need a smart strategy, right? You need the proper habits to train. These 9 tips will help you build real endurance step by step. And if you want my full blueprint to run faster without injury, check out my free training, a link below. So train smarter and recover better. Run strong.